The Indian opening batsmen make their way to the middle. Shikhar Dhawan and Rohit Sharma. The Australians out there. Very positive move out to the middle from the Australians. George Bailey and Steve Smith urging the guys on, wanting to get these early passages of play in their own favour, which didn't happen at the Wacker. Sharma and Dhawan played very well against the new ball.
Thanks, Mark Nicholas. Might have been a good toss to win too. Really good surface here at the Gabba. And inexperienced Australian bowling lineup. So these two high-quality openers will get a good look early on. Rohit Sharma coming off a big 100 in Perth in fantastic form. Good numbers. 83 is a terrific strike rate. Anything over 40 is good enough. Just to the inside edge of the pad there to get.
Interesting though, I ran into a moment.
Picked off. Quite square. The man had fine legs, so won't go for 4. Oh, well bowled. Leading edge.
Yeah, and a good test for Joel Paris, isn't it? Trouble. Ink.
Very board. Smashed in the air, and that's 4. Big Johnny Hastings at backward point, sort of on the fence. It's not quite a third man, it's wider. Couldn't get there.
Tell you what, when he hits them, they stay here. Bit of an uppercut. John Hastings had no chance there at third man.
Lots of balls going through at catchable height. They're getting into the gaps. Rohit Sharma struck that pretty well. George Bailey's got lots of work to do, and they'll come back for 3. Good stuff. Bowling very nicely, Joel Paris. Bashed. As soon as that hit the bat, it was 4.
We were talking earlier, Brentley, about Josh Hazlewood and the length and line that he bowled in the last game. Very consistent. Well, Richardson hasn't been consistent yet. He's bowled a number of balls out there so far. If you keep bowling out there on pitches with even bounce and even pace, you're going to go for plenty of runs. Particularly when you're bowling to a guy who's made 171 last time he batted. That deserved to get hit, and it did.
How still he was through the hitting zone. That's gone. Fine leg is a long way around from there, and the only question is whether it's gone all the way.
I think it has. I think it's just got over the ropes down in front of our commentary box here. Yep, signalled.
Yeah, a few nerves, that happens. He's got the chance to get it right, and that's the great thing about 50 over cricket, is that you can the bat over or 2, but you can fight your way back. Get back on that lane.
Oh, good call. Half an appeal, it looked high. Paris does well. The short, fine-legged. Sitting back to Joel Paris. Single down to the third man.
Ring. It's a good start. Again, it's not as good as the top order. They'd like that to be an edge. Here we go. Third man is very wide. He's not going to get that. It's a fumble and a knock on and into the ropes. Duke.
It's probably the worst place you can fall over and make a meal of it is right there. Sort of like the Gabba's Bay 13, isn't it?
Boland in again. Sharma certainly 309. It's a scary proposition, this Australian batting order. They know now that they need more.
Yeah, that's right, and that's what they'll be mindful of. This partnership's only worth 36.
That's a single. His first 5 overs went for just 18. Oh, another plain miss. That's 3.
So
Funny.
Slashed away, third man, as was the case when John Hastings at the other end was. Now 4 are out. A little bit more protection. And then in the last 10 overs of a 50-over innings, 5. I don't think that. It's just a straight replacement. White ball for Pink. Rohit Sharma takes bowling for 4 through covers.
but if you've got a flat deck like this that's going to be conducive to runs, it's going to be the same, I think, whether it's a pink ball or a white ball.
No, well, you only think that. It hasn't been trialled, so that's what has to be trialled. It does perform better than the white ball, doesn't it? It seems to last longer than the white ball because we need 2 of them. Now, do you have 2 pink ones or do you have just 1 pink one for 50 overs?
I think you're guessing.
I am, no. We have to experiment. We have to try it. It might be perfect. One side of the field out, making them hit on the offside. She's out of slip now into that gap for Rohit Sharma right there. Cut shot glide down to third man, and once again he's square of the wickets. Big shoes to fill too. Hastings.
Nicely worked.
Number of tests played. Significant numbers. They have a justifiable volume of Richies every time, and that's 4 from a fine sweep.
So it's working nicely for the partnership. It's now worth 60.
Well, he's gone very much for middle and leg. 3 consecutives. That one was just a little too wide, more leg. And there was bowling straight as he did the other night. See how he's firing it in towards that leg stump.
And that's why he's targeting the angle into leg. Now he goes to outside off, and one.
Picking up on your point.
Oh, good shot. Protection out there for bowling. Once again, bowling really.
Oh, just short, I think, of Aaron Finch. Came forward.
Of it, Finchy.
Well, it's nicely bowled. A bit slower for Max on that occasion.
And that's a great thing about playing on, I guess, different grounds around the world. Certainly.
That's beautifully hit in the gap again. That's well controlled from Sharma. Wasn't a bad bouncer. Just a really good shot.
Good batting, that's for sure. So watch the way he just rolls the wrists. 127 k's per hour, but see what he's got that pretty much out of the middle.
Well, the other hard to believe bit, Mark Taylor, was that we saw nothing of Rahane, we saw nothing of Pandey, we saw nothing of Ash.
From the Vulture Street end. Well fielded. And a bit of a mix-up. Rohit Sharma wanted the 1. Virat Kohli sent him back. That shot there shows you how good this pitch is. Bowled a little bit of width, and Richardson's bowled a little bit wide today. It's nicely bowled. That'll be 50 for Rohit Sharma to go with his 171 not out in game 1.
Yeah, well played. I think he's short. Walked out into Perth, he would have had one look down the 22 yards and thought, I'll have me some of that. Then when he's come here, this looks even better. And that's what good players do. When they get in good form on good pitches, they kick it in and make big scores.
One to start the over, and Ian Healy's been sent around to a part of the crowd with Rich.
Annie, get your wig, get your jacket, and see if you can't find the Richettes and the Richies at the gap.
I had a good chat to Josh.
Got that away and look for 2 and settle for 1. Oh, that's hammered. That's all the way into the crowd.
Example A, you get it slightly wrong and players as good as Shamra and Kohli will just take you down. That wasn't too bad a delivery and it's just been met. Look at that. That's wide of mid-on and 6 from the moment it left the bat.
That's an unbelievable shot. Good pace and off the front shoe. Swat it for 6. Whereas I think Perth.
Oh, that's another one. That's better than the first. Sweetly timed back over the bowler's head.
This is good. This is what didn't happen in Perth. They've only one down, so they've got masses left in the shed to really ramp it up. 2 reasonable deliveries, although that's probably at a pretty good hittable length. But when you're as good a player as Sharma, in as good a form as he is, that's 2 maximums.
I think the other thing that needs to be said is that I think you're seeing that Australia certainly haven't got their best bowling attack out there. It's not Mitchell Stark and Mitchell Johnson or even Josh Hazlewood now. These guys, Kane Richardson into his 9th game, another short ball, only be a single. But then now they're finding out how difficult international cricket can be. Surface. And this is where you learn to become a better bowler, because balls, and that was a good ball, go for 6. Not quite the pace of a Stark or a Johnson, hasn't quite got that intimidation factor. You tend to get met a little bit more.
Good height too. And not rush it. Don't go grabbing it. And
Oh, he got a bit of luck. Well, you might argue that he deserves it because he's played with tremendous flair today. That was a mistake.
he's had to be better on the offside today because they're bowling out there. That's a really distinct plan to have him hit that way, because that front foot doesn't go back. He doesn't rock back onto the back foot and play cut shots. He stands, tries to hit on the up.
Yes, what we see from one murderous stroke sort of past point, as hard as we've seen the ball hit, and one cover drive never to be forgotten. One bit of luck there with a flick off the top edge, another bit of luck. Gorgeous cover drive, that one. A couple of power hooks. That's a pretty good hit, and so is that. That's what we mean about the cover driving.
Well, I think it's a better pitch for those shots as well. I think it's a bit quicker. It's bouncing more. This is a true Gabba pitch.
No doubt.
Or not be fully committed to it, where now there's no fear factor.
And only mid-off back. And that's exactly where Richardson's just been moved to.
Need him to go up and over. They have got protection down boundary.
Nice!
Mid-off's quite wide on that sort of line.
Much you can do about that. Just get back to your mark. I suppose the answer is don't bowl quite so short, but just to finish on the guy on Hastings' shirt. And the highlight of Tony Samperi's involvement with cricket was watching one of his former players, James Pattinson, play his first test. We all remember that debut, blimey, back in 2011.
I mean the exception. And that...
At what point is he tired? Made 170 in Perth. It's a couple of days. Two
in that mid-wicket area.
Best for him here. He's holding it goes in and can pierce the gap.
That's why they come to watch this cricket. Lovely stroke play, athletic fit over the stumps. Out, yeah, must be. No. What? Oh, I know where my money is if you see a replay here. After the game, there was a decision went the way of George Bailey and Western Australian too.
Nice little bit of banter there actually between the players. Len Maxwell said, come on. Sorry, Matthew Wade said, where's that? Which one of those marks is it? Yeah, you're always told as a young batsman, weren't you? It'll even itself out. You'll get a good one and you'll get a bad one and you just...
Nicely played. Definitely. If he can stay on it, stay focused. He's into his 6th over. Yeah. And there's the pressure release, I suppose, the single, but a really good line, good length there from...
Yes, the Australians will be very keen to try and keep Sharma away from 100 as long as...
Made his debut in the long form of the game. That's just the one. Faulkner again.
It's just, I think this is the sort of pitch and the sort of...
Straight to the man again, another dot ball. And the Indian support here at the Gabba, they're ready to cheer. Ready to go up. And there it is. A magnificent innings. He loved batting at the Wacker. And here he is taming the Gabba.
Excellent support for Rohit Sharma and well-deserved cheers from, well, the Australian and the Indian crowd, I reckon. And a quality 100 that. Never easy after you've made a big score like he made at the Wacker only 2 days ago to back it up and do it again, particularly in this heat, and he's done it well.
Moment for him, and you could tell he's worked hard. Yes, there's been a bit of luck. You need that when you're back. Well played.
He's got plenty of energy left, hasn't he? I've read it all wrong. Good jump there. David Warner-esque. Interesting.
There's the leap. Great moment for him. Great moment for the Indian supporters. The team would be chuffed as well. I'm sure Dhoni would like him to keep going for a bit longer, try and get that 130 to 150 total. There's plenty of runs out there, and India probably trying to accelerate things just slightly into the attack. And a change in the commentary. We've got Brett Lee, Mark Nick here.
Inside edge. Jinka Rahane, 35 from...
Highest score ever at the Gabba in a one-day international. The Australians 324.
And he's...
I hand it to Sharma. He's not a panic.
That is excellent. That is really excellent. It's a long, long boundary. Fast fielder had no impact. It was a good delivery, just short, back of a length, and a cramped little flip pull shot with power.
Well, the umpires thought that it was over. They've rethought. People had come on with drinks. Fielders have got to go back to where they were. There's still a ball left in this over. The previous over only cost, what, 5 or 6? The one before 7, the one before 5. I mean, they're doing pretty well, but this one a little bit. What have we got now off this? 8. Ball left.
Again, same shot, same gap, same result. Worst ball, that one.
Spoke too soon. Guess what the score is? 2 for 222.
Off spinner down leg. Like that. At least this time, it goes straight to Hastings. Body will stand and slog. Will it? Up and over, it's into the gap. Maxwell and Finch are either side of that. Sharma picks up 2. He's got to keep them hitting square of the wicket. It's a really good over. 2 twos and 2 singles. Again, perfect. Just over cover. Finch is out there, but that's gone a long way fast.
That's an incredible shot. Absolute amazing stroke, that. Inside out. And he's absolutely paced it to the fence. We were saying in the pre-show, Mark, about the length. Trying to...
Now he backs away.
And it's a great test for him.
Again, leg spinner, that's out! Faulkner gets his right pinky on it.
And Rohit Sharma's smashing himself, cursing his luck. Look at this, just a scratch. Oh, that is a grim way to go. And unlucky to clip that bottom bit of the leg stump. He's absolutely furious. He's worked so long and hard for this platform now for the launch. Replacing him as MS Dhoni. A great innings that from Sharma. 1-2-4. It's 3 for 255.